Heya everyone, it's Midnight Specter here, hopefully your favorite plush unicorn on YouTube. So I was talking with a friend a couple days ago and we started talking about the subject of sleep paralysis. I haven't done any real checking into the number of people who actually suffer with sleep paralysis or who have suffered with sleep paralysis in the past, but it seems like it happens often enough that I can make a video about the subject with my experiences and people might be able to relate to it. Now, the stories I've heard from Reddit and from other friends range from waking up not being able to move or do anything, or actually seeing and experiencing something, which is really terrifying if you think about it. I'm not entirely sure what my sleep paralysis is caused by since I don't have any sort of trigger. I would be lying in bed sleeping and then I'd wake up and my eyes would feel like they were glued shut and I couldn't move, and I could hear someone's heavy footsteps and something breathing over me. This scared me so much I simply could not go to sleep after that. It sucked because sometimes it would happen in the middle of the night, so I would just lay in bed terrified, clutching at plushies when I finally broke out of it, only to fall asleep from being so tired maybe an hour or so before my alarm woke me up. It always seemed like it was worse if I wasn't holding a plushie, or if I had a particularly troubling day, so maybe my trigger was stress. There was one sleep paralysis experience that I would never forget though. I was sleeping away at a friend's house for the weekend, and I imagined to smuggle over one of my stuffed unicorn's sweetheart because she had a heart embroidered on her side and a heart-shaped sound box I could feel inside of her. Unfortunately, it didn't work because whoever owned her last washed her, so I guess the water probably caused the sound box to short out, and she also had hearts for nostrils. So I was always very careful with bringing plushies with me since none of my friends knew I still sleep with stuffed animals, and when you're a preteen, information like that can ruin your social life. Luckily, everyone respected my stuff and I always buried any plushies I brought with me deep under my clothes so they should be well hidden. I always made sure I was also the last to go to sleep and the first to wake up in the morning. It was stressful to sleep this way, but I was trying to keep my secret safe. Now, I had experienced sleep paralysis several times in this particular house, so I created a system where I would tuck a plushie under the collar of my shirt, so that way, even if I let go of her, she'd still be very close by. I went to sleep without any issue and slept through the night until the early hours in the morning. It was a nice, crisp summer day, and the early morning sun was peeking in through the window, and that's when I woke up and I couldn't open my eyes. I heard heavy footsteps approaching me, and heavy breathing right over me. Luckily, I had rolled over in such a way that I was right on top of Sweetheart, and I felt her against my neck and face. I lay there trembling in fear and thinking about what was going to happen. I mustered up all my courage for probably the year, honestly, and I decided that I wasn't going to be a slave to this any longer. It took all my willpower, but I managed to open my eyes and jump up, ready to face any sleep paralysis demon head-on with the help of my trusty companion to dreamland. When nothing was there, I was a pretty smart kid, and I knew whatever it could have been was probably in my head, because from the time of hearing the heavy breathing to me springing out of my bed, it could not have been enough time for anything to run away or hide. I checked my phone for a time, and I laid back down and hugged Sweetheart for another hour or so, just thanking her for her service before tucking her into my bag and getting up to play some video games to pass the time until everyone woke up for breakfast. After that, I haven't had any real issues with sleep paralysis, which, hey, I'm not complaining about. I always make sure to have a plushie with me nowadays, and my bed is basically a barracks for Dreamland companions and defenders of dreams. Full of fantastic creatures like unicorns, pegasi, our friends from Friendship is Magic, mundane creatures like dogs, tigers, and horses too. Now, my bed feels like the safest place on the planet. I even made my own weighted plush horse from a cow toy horse I found on eBay for a not so great deal, but he was a different color from all the other cow toy horses, and I used about 10 pounds of glass beads in him, and he's honestly a wonderful nighttime companion. Actually, I feel kind of bad because I haven't been rotating out my plush like I normally would, but I have plans to weight all the plush I really do enjoy in the future. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.